Attendance taking?
Sorry?
Is there any attendance taking?
No, we're not taking attendance.
Oh, so the students know attendance.
Well, but you are expected to come and you are expected to log it into your time log.
Okay.
Yes.
Is there a class for this?
Sorry, is that?
Is there a class?
Parts of it will be recorded, but not everything.
And
Parts of it.
the class will be uploaded on IBLE, right?
Not IBLE. I mean on YouTube. YouTube, but we'll let you know on Slack, I think. Yeah.
Try to get started.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Min. I've been the one building all the things in Slack. This is Wisan, our undergraduate office vice dean, and together we are going to run Liftoff for you, along with the help of many other people who are both here in physical place as well as virtually. A lot of your advisors are overseas on internships. This is exactly what we hope that you'll be able to achieve later on. This is preparation for that. So first, a warm welcome to all of you. It's nice and early, 9 o'clock in the morning, and you just finished your final exam. So congratulations to you. Good job. Okay. So we have a couple announcements just to get you started. So to make it clear, this is one of only 2 mandatory events that you have in Orbital. Everything else is optional. So you get 4 MCs worth of credit by doing 6 hours of actual physical presence. It's not bad, right? Okay, so 2 days here. So we're going to go, this morning, we're going to go through the design thinking workshop. Let me just set something up here. I forgot to do it. Okay, the design thinking workshop over by Wisan. Then around 10:30, Google will be coming down. We'll have Amit Chopra from Google, who's one of their evangelists, going to talk about the Google Developer Platform, which includes Google App Engine, as I understand, which you're going to be using for those of you carrying out the beginner or Vostok level of difficulty. The design thinking, and then after that, you're going to break for lunch. It's only an hour long, so do your best, even though there's not a lot of timing for that. Okay. Then at 1 o'clock, we're going to start up again. It's basically a soft start, so even if you run over lunch a little bit, it's okay. We're going to go over the different difficulty levels, Vostok, Project Gemini, and Apollo 11. Apollo 11, as you probably know, has both a mentorship option as well as do it by yourself, do DIY. We're also going to go over some suggested project themes that have been proposed by people. You can also see them in Slack, so hopefully all of you have a Slack client on your laptop or mobile. And we're going to go over some projects that are around in 2013. Okay? At 2 o'clock, we're going to go over partner matching. So can I have a kind show of hands for people who don't have partners yet? Can you raise your hands high? All right. Okay, so you know who you are. So you need to meet up with people. And that's why on the other side of the room, sorry, let me go to this PC here. You should be sitting, hopefully, in the back part of the room. So this is the seating chart arrangement, okay, for all of us here. So if you remember who your advisor is, or you've been placed already into an advisor team, please do take the chance to sit with people who you are going to be assisting throughout Orbital. So I'll come back to that in a little while. Okay, so during 2 o'clock, hopefully those of you who are not matched up will find someone to match with. You have until the end of day 2 to find a partner. Well, actually, at the middle of day 2 to find a partner. And then we can go through some project ideas that have been proposed by mentors. Then at 2:30, I'm going to go through agile methodologies. You know, this is the way that a lot of software is developed nowadays is sticking very close to the requirements that are formed continuously with your customers. Then I'll be going through some web basics. What does it mean to request a web page? What happens when the server receives it, so that you understand the structure of a web application. Then a very crucial time at 4:30 this afternoon, we're going to begin our technical stuff, all right? And there are two tracks to Orbital this year. It's new, okay? What will happen is that we'll have all of you doing Vostok or wanting to learn more about HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Stay here with me. We'll be going through exercises in Code Academy. Okay, those of you who feel like, oh, that's old hat, I learned that during Poly, or I have a good grasp of all of that already, you might be aiming for Project Gemini or Apollo 11. Those teams, optionally, okay, can go next door to the back. There's an iCube seminar room, which we've booked, where one of your seniors, Junwen, is going to teach Droid basics. Okay, how to develop a Droid application for your Android phone. But in order to take that, you must install some software. Okay, you must take the Droid Developer Workbench, I think it's called. I don't remember. It's in Slack, and you need to install that on your laptop. Okay, before you can go attend that workshop. Otherwise, you can stay here with me. My session, you only need your web browser. Okay. Then at the end of the evening today, we'll have mentor matching. So all of those teams who wanted or are thinking of doing Apollo 11 with a mentor, all of you thinking of doing Apollo 11 with a mentor, the mentors, some of them will be down here. You have a list of mentors in Slack already as a PDF file. You can elect to talk to them and see whether you'd like to bid for them. Okay, the mentor matching process I'll go over later, but basically it's a two-way matching process. The mentor needs to want to mentor you, and you need to want to be mentored by that person. Okay, on day 2, again, we'll have 2 different tracks. Okay, you don't have to be in track 2 today in order to do it tomorrow. It's up to you. You can freely switch between the 2. Okay, tomorrow here in I2 Auditorium, we're going to be covering Python and Google App Engine. Python's a language. Google App Engine for Python is a web application development framework. This is meant for beginning level students. Okay, so if those of you who are thinking of doing Vostok, we encourage you to do this track, T1. Okay. For those of you who are thinking that you can handle that, no problem. All right. You want to learn something else? You can learn Ruby on Rails. Okay, another very well known web framework. It's going to be demonstrated by Jos Riadi, who is an alumni of Orbital. He's currently interning in PayPal. And he's written lots of Ruby on Rails code, so he can help you out. But again, for that workshop, you need to install certain software. Okay, you must install certain software. Ruby and Ruby on Rails, the instructions will be on Slack if you haven't already seen it. And later on at 10:30, okay, I will have finished my Python introduction in 1.5 hours, also using Code Academy. And then Wee-san will be going over Google App Engine. So he'll be developing the gift giving application that we're going to talk about later this morning. Okay, and then at 12:30, we're going to have lunch, okay, 1.5 hour lunch. And then I'll talk, run some YouTube videos and talk briefly about presentation skills, okay. Then at 2:30, we're going to go over Git. Git is a very powerful version control system, okay. It's used every day by software engineering and development houses all over the world. And we're going to talk about GitHub and GitHub issues, which are two ways that you can manage your project, okay, that you're going to be doing over the summer. Okay, a GitHub portfolio is actually really, really significant as a developer these days. Many employers, technical, will look for your GitHub profile and see what you've done in open source land. Okay, tomorrow afternoon is very, very crucial. This is why we asked you to be here, okay, and not, somewhere else in the world listening to this on webcast. All right, it's because we have a exercise called ignition. All right, and this ignition exercise is basically all of you, all 300 of you, will come on this stage here, okay, for 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute or less. Some people do it in 10 seconds. Okay, but it doesn't matter. The point is to come up here and give a 1 minute elevator pitch about your project using only one PDF slide and whatever body parts you want. Okay. All right. So that's the fun part. All of you will be coming in. We'll have about 150 presentations by all of you in sequence, going through all of your ideas. Okay? And then after that, after you've all been tired out and you've had a chance to clap for each other, then we're going to talk about how to go forward from here. What's going to happen in Orbital? How are you going to go through the evaluation milestones and all of that? That's using a platform called Skylab, which is done by one of your seniors as we're speaking, okay? And then we'll go on from there. There'll be other things that happen over the summer. For example, there's some mission controls sessions. They're basically 1 to 2 hour optional sessions held here in NUS, either at SR3 or over in Block 71, which is across the highway over in near Fusionopolis, or somewhere else. I think PayPal has kindly said that you can go down to their offices for one of the mission controls about e-commerce. So you can see what it's like in a real environment. Okay, so I think all of you have used Slack. Who hasn't used Slack yet? Can I have a show of hands? All of you, really? Wow. Okay. All right, if you don't have Slack yet, please use it. Okay. You can download it for your mobile phone. You can download it for your laptop. Okay. It's a messaging platform. It's sort of like Gmail plus IM stuck together. Okay. And you're going to be using it for this session for talking with your advisors. And hopefully, if you'd like, you can also start a Slack team with your own individual project group, okay, of 2, right? So you work in teams of 2. Use Slack to coordinate. It's good for chatting. It's also good for keeping track of files and messages. Okay, you probably know that you are going to be assigned, if you haven't already, into an evaluation group. It's called EG for short, okay? In Slack, that is done as a private group, so we don't disturb everyone in the class, okay? So each advisor, which are your seniors in Orbital from last year or the year before, there's about 20 of them, are going to help you through this process, okay? And as you're assigned into an EG, you can talk with your other teammates in your EG, okay? Those will be all the other teams that you're going to be asked to peer evaluate, okay? And hopefully I've asked the advisors to come online and talk with you, even though they might be in a different time zone. Quite a number of them are overseas in China or in the US on internship. Okay, today and tomorrow, what we'd like you to do is follow the seating chart, okay? So what we mean by this is just if you know who your advisor is, okay, you should be sitting on the flanks of the room, okay? And if you're not matched, we hope you'll sit in the back of the room so that when we get to partner matching later on in the afternoon, it'll be easier to find each other, okay? Tomorrow, we'd like you to be jolly, okay, and participate by wearing a top of a particular color, okay? So you can go through your wardrobe, okay, find a blue top or a red top, okay, depending on your EG, and wear that color so that you'll be able to know who your fellow group members are. And because they're Google colors, actually, during ignition, we'll be giving you nice free water bottles straight from Google. Okay, so all of you who come tomorrow will be allowed to have one. So if you don't show up, your teammate didn't make it down, okay, you can collect on their behalf, but don't tell them. Okay, you can get 2, all right? Okay, so make sure you show up tomorrow. You do have to do 1 minute of work, come on stage, talk about your project for 1 minute, come down, collect 2 water bottles, go home. Okay. So that's it for this part of the presentation. Okay.